help children. And once I saw the benefit and the value of what Beyond had, it was a win-win for me, because it's something that I believe in, knowing that I struggled to get my own scholarships and my own grants to go to college. So I saw the benefit of helping the community and helping and connecting the dots. So that's why I went with Beyond. And really, Beyond was created by Bob Carr. And Bob Carr created a company called Give Something Back Foundation back in 1995. And he's been helping children since then, funding children and mentoring them since from junior high all the way through high school. They have to have a B average. They have a mentor program. And the reason why Beyond came about is because Beyond is now helping Give Back Foundation with proceeds that we get from the organization, from Beyond. We give back to the organization of Give Something Back, and that's how we sponsor children. Now, by partnering up with businesses, we are letting the businesses know that they are actually helping us with that organization and helping us with the scholarship funds. They don't have to pay for it. They don't have to do anything. Just by simply partnering up with us, they're helping our cause. And Beyond really is...
Do you want me to, Jerry, real quick? So you talk a little bit about Beyond, just to make sure we we don't lose on this. You talk a little bit about Beyond, and let me just admit somebody. But in essence, right, about you say you've been in business for about 20 years in regards to business advocate, and then you talk a little bit about Beyond. What are some of the what other information can you provide about the organization?
So Beyond is a business servicing and tools company. We strive to simplify operations, reduce costs, streamline payments for owners for small and mid-sized businesses. And we really focus on being transparent and making sure that we basically disclose everything to the customer and work with the customer one-on-one with anything they have as far as concerns or needing more improvement for their business. We do everything from merchant services, we do payroll, we do business lending, we do employee management, we do HR, we do the PPP program to help assistance with businesses that are really looking to get their application in, but are having struggles with the bank because they're inundated with loans and they don't have the time to or capacity to help these customers. Like I said, Beyond has multiple different options to work with customers and businesses, but it really depends on what the customer needs. And really most of the time I'm doing more consulting and advising than really sharing the products that we do or we have. Education for me and consulting clients is my reward, and I enjoy doing that because I see value in that, and I see value in helping people succeed with their business.
And I know talking to you, you have a background in always being an advocate, a consultant, right, for businesses. So obviously that's, I imagine that's where it comes from you, the experience on being able to get that consultation, go through their needs, and then perhaps see if there's a product that is fit that you can help with.
Correct.
The customer.
So, yeah. So most of the time when I meet with a customer, consult with a customer, I tell them briefly what Beyond does, and then I basically ask them, so tell me more about your business. Tell me the full details of your business, your ins and outs of how you work, how you conduct business, how you keep your records, how do you do you have a business plan? Do you have a CPA? How many employees do you have? Do you need resources for your employees? So we go into details about discovering exactly what their issues are or what they're having problems with. And then from there, I try to find a solution. If we don't have a solution, I try to connect the dots and find outside resources that can support the business. So sometimes it's not really my expertise part that I can help them, but I can definitely refer them to a person that can help them.
Okay, and I think you were one of them.
Sorry, I'm muted. Can I ask Jerry? I know, so our organization is bilingual, so I've been servicing a lot of Spanish speakers who are struggling with the application process for the PPP. I'm wondering if Beyond is an organization that can support that as well.
Yes, we do support it, and the way we support it is through our payroll division. And what we're doing is we're basically assisting the customer with payroll. Basically, we sign them up for payroll, and the reason for it is because it's not right now that the paperwork is needed, but I would say about 2.5 months from now, they're going to start asking for the paperwork of where the money went in order for that money to be waived. And if they don't have the correct paperwork to submit when that's required, then they're going to be owing money to the government. And by taking and helping them with their payroll, we're now putting everything in line to basically document and show the government that this money went to the employees and it wasn't used for anything like their inventory, their rent, or their personal expenses. And that's the whole
And
reason.
Actually, I will say, Jerry, that payroll is very important right now because that's a lot of the paperwork that is being asked on those applications.
Correct. And I've had customers that say, well, I can't get a hold of my payroll department. I can't get a hold of my CPA that's helping me with my payroll because they're super busy. And that's really frustrating for them. And I mean, I try to help them as much as I can, tell them, look, just submit your application. Your paperwork's really not needed now. It's probably needed maybe in a week or two once your application gets processed. But they're still trying to have connections with their people that are helping them with payroll. And there's a break in the system. Because they're inundated with a lot of applications.
Yeah, I do know. I spoke directly with some of our small restaurant owners, some of our taquerias, things like that, and the payroll process is something that they had someone who was helping and supporting, but didn't have like the full system in place or things like that. So the paperwork process has been something that we're helping not only enhance in supporting how they develop their business, but also just what resources are available for them at this time.
Sure.
So thank you. It's a good share.
Yeah. So Leo, you can show the Give Back Foundation video so you can see exactly how we're supporting children. And this is something that we're doing behind the stages with Give Something Back.
Okay, make sure I'm in the right one. So tell us a little bit first about so I think you mentioned at the beginning that the Beyond Inc. Has a foundation. Tell us a little bit, should I go through the video or can you tell us a little bit about it before, or the video covers all that?
The video covers everything.
Okay.
And it's really like a minute long, it's not that long.
And I'm not sure if the video will go through it. You let me know if you hear it.
America Strong, our parent company Disney, is marking foster care awareness. It's on a mission to give foster children a chance at college.
We just lost the audio.
In foster homes across America tonight, lives are changing. At school, too. You're all getting a scholarship. Free college tuition, room and board, but the nonprofit called Give Something Back. Founder Bob Carr came up with the idea years ago. He was awarded a small college scholarship, which changed his life. Carr vowed to do the same for others. A successful entrepreneur, he's done so in a big way. Some $50 million. It's kind of like that old Bible lesson of teaching a man to fish, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's exactly what it is.
You give them something and they can pass it on.
We give them the route to education.
Less than 3% of foster kids go to college. Carr's determined to change that. They're kind of invisible kids in a way.
They are invisible to most of society, but that needs to change, and it can change.
We're with Bob when he offers fresh hope to these New Jersey high schoolers.
Can I actually say I'm going to college?
How many of you will be starting a new tradition in your family, going to college? Tyrone Harmon's the 1,000th recipient. The idea that you don't have to worry about your tuition,
It's just a blessing. It really is.
and for Haley Reback,
I want to change. I don't want people to have to grow up the way I did, always being worried, like, where am I going to go next? And I just want to, have a happy life. So this is just the beginning.
does this take a big load off?
Yes. I'm relieved.
Relieved because of that gift, that vow, Bob Carr, America Strong.
Our thanks to Deborah, Bob Carr, and his generosity, and to help get the word out, helping foster children use the hashtag Donate Your Small Talk. They need us.
Okay. Thank you, Jerry. And
Yeah.
this was a great story that you shared with me when you were telling me about how the foundation works.
Yeah.
Not sure if you want to add a little bit more about that, like what percentage of sales goes into that, the story behind why Bob created that.
So Bob Carr owns 51% of the company, and basically the proceeds that go to give something back are basically a portion of the funds that we generate. I'm not sure exactly the amount that gets generated to go back to give something back, but we also partner up with universities where we're giving scholarships to the universities to help kids. But besides that, the reason why Beyond came about is because we were running out of funds to give something back. So that's why Bob Carr decided to create Beyond to support more children. By giving the 10 promises, the number one promise is corporate responsibility.
Do you want me to go?
No,
To go
just
somewhere
corporate
for that?
responsibility is number one. Beyond is a fundamental, is committed to transparency and high levels of ethics in the practices that we do. Protected pricing is number two. We don't basically change your pricing without talking to you first or making sure that you're still in business. We're not just here to hike your rates every April or October when the interchange rates come out. Flexible contracts, meaning that we don't have contracts unless you're comfortable having a contract. There's no early termination clauses with us at all. The transparent statements are clear billing statements where you can understand exactly how to read your statement month in and month out without having to have any issues with, how am I getting billed? What is this fee here? All that's gone. We don't have hidden fees. We don't have surcharges. We have additional premiums. And we adopt product solutions. So a lot of companies try to switch you out of what you have to keep you into something else that you don't really are used to, you're not comfortable with. And it basically is a learning curve. So what we do is we try to understand their business. We try to understand what they have, what tools they're using, and then we try to integrate to that system that they have in order to give them the tools to succeed without slowing them down and hindering their business. And then we do top security, which is basically, since we're a fintech company, we're basically always working on protecting the security of our customers and protecting the security of our company. The business advocate is another rule that we have, and having local reps to support your local customers is a big plus for the company, because the more interactions we have with our customers, the more interactions we have with the businesses, the more support we give them, the more relationship building we have. That's the value that we see in the company. Exceptional customer service. You have a one-on-one customer service where it's personalized customer service throughout the whole process. So you'll never have someone that doesn't know your business, doesn't understand your business, doesn't know where you come from. And then our final promise is basically saying that by partnering up with us, you're helping children that really need help with the scholarships. And that has nothing to do with you giving us money. We're doing it on our part. We're just giving you some information that's where the money that we provide and we grow and we have goes straight back to the kids in the community. So with the changes that are happening now, it's even more prevalent of how community and businesses and basically the value of shopping local is more important. And that's why I wanted to talk a little bit more about Chip In, the online sales, and also the PPP program that we have, because those are the three critical things that are really needed right now in the community and basically in businesses all around. So the first one would be Chip In. So if Chip In is basically an app that basically helps organizations like nonprofits, churches, schools, charitable contributions that are looking for fundraising. And right now fundraising has dropped because obviously there's no businesses that are basically giving back. So by adding a Chip In application to a merchant, you're now basically assisting the merchant in connecting the dots with nonprofits or churches that have supporters that will basically go back to that merchant and buy and support that business because they know that that business is giving back to their organization. So let's just use a simple example. The Boy Scouts are looking for fundraising. Pretty much they're always out looking for someone to give them money. Now they can go to a store and say, hey, would you mind being a chip-in member and supporting our cause? It's really easy because now the merchant can sign up for a chip-in and basically would sell whatever he sells, maybe a sandwich or whatever. He has a dollar amount. So if he reaches a certain dollar amount, he's going to give X amount of dollars back to that organization. And that's how simple it is. And the program really pays for itself. It's free for nonprofits. It doesn't cost them anything, but it's really high tech because you have basically the text donations, you have the website, you have text information, basically letting people know that you have a fundraising goal that you want to commit to, and basically it tells you exactly how many people are donating. So it's free, and if you check out the chip-in website, you can see more information of how it works in Unity with connecting merchants with local organizations and basically shopping local, and everyone wins, including the children. So if you can show that video, you can see a little bit more of how it works.
And can you tell us, so it's free for nonprofits, how much would it be for a small business or for the merchant?
So it really depends on what the merchant is going to give back. So let's use an example like $10. They say they're going to give back $1 every time someone comes and buys a sandwich for $10. So that really pushes the ticket for that customer, that merchant that really needs the funds. Instead of selling a $3 sandwich or a $5 sandwich, now he knows that every time there's a $10 purchase, he's going to be giving money back. So now his sales increased, and that $1 didn't cost him much because the supporters that came in actually paid for it, really.
How does that track? I mean, the merchant will become a member, but can the transaction happen on their own merchant provider, and how does the merchant will report that back to their membership?
So it's once he signs up for a chip-in member, then we track it on our end, and every time there's a sale, we track it on our end. And the customer themselves have the app on their phone where they can donate and associate a credit card to it. So everyone can download the app on their phone and put any organization they want on there. And if the organization is not on there, you can actually sign up the organization, and then they can be part of the chip-in donation process. So let's say SPCA or I don't know, a church or a school, like a booster club. They're looking for funds. You can add them in there, and now basically anywhere you go and you want to pay with Apple Pay or Google Wallet, you can now pay with that chip-in app, and it goes straight to that organization. So it's really just helping the organizations out and also boosting the sales for the merchants to get more traction.
Okay, so the merchant doesn't need to get rid of their own provider. They just basically sign up, and the way you're tracking is via the card of the card holder.
Correct. Now we can have a separate setup for them to sign up if they want, but realistically they don't necessarily have to sign up with us. They can just be a chip-in provider.
Okay.
Is there a video you want me to show in this section?
Yeah, if you show the video for a chip-in, it basically walks you as how merchants are connected to the community and how the community supports them and how they give back. So it'd be the bottom one.
Okay, let's see theirs.
It's the bottom. Yeah, that one.
Chip-in is a marketing program that connects beyond businesses to local nonprofits. When you're a chip-in merchant, donation requests turn into transactions. You'll reach new motivated customers and increase ticket size and frequency by leveraging the buying power of local charities and their supporters. Here's how it works. We'll add your business to the chip-in platform and promote it to local nonprofit groups. Their supporters will use the chip-in app to locate participating merchants where they can shop to raise money for their favorite nonprofit. When registered chip-in supporters make a purchase using a linked debit or credit card, They'll get a text message confirming the small portion of the purchase that your business shares back to their group. They'll also be prompted to promote you on Facebook and ask their friends to buy from you too. Chip-in works with your existing Beyond Payment card processing and point-of-sale system. Just swipe the buyer's payment card like you normally would, and we'll handle the rest. The Chip-in marketing program is exclusive to Beyond customers. When you're processing with Beyond, there is no additional cost to participate, and you only donate when a supporter from a registered Chip-in nonprofit buys from you. With your Beyond dashboard, you stay in complete control of your community contributions, and you can create customizable targeted programs to drive new business. It's a win-win. The more new and repeat business for you, the greater the benefit to nonprofit groups in your community. Because when you give back to the community gives back to you.
Okay.
So really, like, if you want to really focus on like the realistics of why Chip-in is a benefit, is because it does provide text messaging, advertisement on Facebook. It does do events for like ticket sales and stuff like that, all through an app versus going out physically and passing out flyers and trying to sell stuff. So it's easier, quicker, and it doesn't cost anything for signing up. And I think if more people used it, you can see the benefit of the community growing and helping each other out. So
it's an additional marketing layer for the business.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
Okay, because the front, like, so the individual who has a Chip-in for a specific nonprofit that they're supporting comes in, and then they do these social media shares. It's all automated, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And then on the back end, you have the full list of everyone that's basically contributing donations to you, so you can actually do text messaging to them directly. If you want to run a campaign, you don't have to pick up the phone anymore and call them. It's all done for you by a simple click. So it's really interesting because it's part of a new way of taking donations, pretty much. And some organizations have this type of style, but it takes longer for the donations to get to the organization. It takes maybe a day or two. With this one, it's next day. So it's a huge benefit. And you know, with times changing the way they are, I mean, adapting to new types of ways to help each other and helping businesses and community is very important. Like in 2007, when the iPhone revolution came around, it changed everything. It changed how we do business. It changed how we shop. It changed how we communicate with each other. And this is just another stepping stone of what's happening. We're in another transition period where we're changing, and we have to adopt. If we don't adopt, then we're going to be behind the ball. But those that do adopt and understand, hey, yes, it's a struggle, but we're going to get out of this. Eventually, we're going to be coming back into the economy, a strong economy. But for now, we have to figure out a different solution, right? And most restaurants, non-essential businesses are the ones that got hurt. And a lot of them basically closed shops versus finding how to adapt. And a lot of them are struggling on how to keep their doors open because 1 month already passed. Now the second month is going into play. You know, we're not sure how many more months are going to be played out. But if you take into consideration, hey, what are my options? Then, you know, you have to sit down with someone and figure out what those options are for you. What kind of business do you have? How can we help you? How can you get your name out? How can you advertise more, right? That's the key. And that's why the online sales app that we have is pretty good, because you don't have to change anything. All you have to do is have a website and a Facebook account, and we put a link on there saying, okay, great, you can buy now from our website or our Facebook account. You can cancel whenever you want. The orders are basically sent to you by a tablet. You can check it out on a dashboard. You can reply back to the customer through the tablet saying that the order was received, it's going to be shipped, that you can come pick it up. But it doesn't hinder the customer at all, because they can keep the same system. It integrates with their system that they have if they want to integrate. But for now, in the time that we're in, they're not using those systems. Just use this for now, And then once everything comes normal, you can either cancel this or keep it and integrate it with your system. But most people are not looking at this option. They're looking at DoorDash. They're looking at other options that are taking their money away. So most of their profits are eaten up because they're using third-party providers that are taking most of their money.
So you've hit a chord there. One of our small businesses, that was their biggest concern, the amount of percentage taken out by a third-party vendor to deliver food and things like that. So can you talk us a little bit about someone, if one of our small businesses wants to set this up, what does that look like for them? How much would it cost? What's the turnaround time of setup?
So you buy a tablet, we give you a tablet for $349, and then a monthly service fee of $299 is for the service of the linking of the website and the tablet and the orders and all that data that goes to the dashboard. Now that breaks it down to $10 a day, right? Now you become DoorDash. You become either the provider to deliver the food, the takeout, and the order taker, all through one app. Now, you can still use DoorDash to deliver the food if you don't want to have your drivers, but you're still basically putting in a coupon inside the bag saying, hey, if you go to my website and order through my website, I'll give you a different discount. Because when you go to DoorDash, they raise the prices on all the food. Then they charge you a delivery service fee. Then they charge you a commission. Right now, I think they waived the commission, but it's going to come back, right? And then the other issue that's happening with DoorDash and Grubhub and Uber Eats and Postmate is that the people that are picking up the food are not protecting themselves. They're not putting face masks on, they're not putting gloves on, and that basically is falling back on the restaurant, not the delivery person, because now they're looking at the food saying, okay, we're not going to eat there anymore because, you know, the way it was presented to us, the way we got our food. So LA is making a lot of changes where they're using their own services to basically deliver food, because it's now making a brand for the restaurant, for the location, for whatever type of business it is. And realistically, delivering is happening more and more on every single level of business. So,
thank you. Just a quick clarification question: the $299, that's a month?
Right, that's a month.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm that I saw the $10 a day kind of breakdown, just confirming all the numbers.
Mm-hmm. It's $299 a month, but you get the full integration with the website. You get the integration with the Facebook account. You get marketing material to advertise on your social media sites. You get your actual list of customers that you can actually go back and talk to and start promoting to them, because when you sign up with all these other third-party groups, they don't give you that list. They keep that list and they sell it to someone else, or they use it for other advertisements to other businesses that are similar to yours. So if you're a parlor that is selling a certain type of pizza, they'll advertise other pizza parlors and cross-reference those customers to go to that other pizza place as well. So yeah, they're playing, you know, they're using marketing schemes to basically capture more customers. That's what they're all about. DoorDash and all those third parties, they're basically collecting information on who's buying from where, and they're targeting them and marketing to them.
Thank you. Thank you for walking us through. I know that some of our small businesses are looking at alternative options available, and so we just want to make sure we're presenting anything that we can. And they can, I was going to say, they can reach out for more.
Yeah, if they have any questions, they can reach out to me and I can give them a full demo. They can walk through the whole system and see exactly how it works. They can see the dashboard and how the orders come through, how it prints to the kitchen. I mean, we can do a full demo, and there's no obligation whatsoever. The last subject that I wanted to talk about is PPP. I'm not sure where we are with PPP program, because the funds came out yesterday. We're still taking applications because we believe that there's going to be more support and more funds coming to businesses, because I think more funds are needed. But the reason why we got involved is because we are SBA approved, and we do SBA financing. So we were able to basically work with SBA to take on applications. And on top of that, we're basically providing the full documentation that is needed to waive that loan when it's due. And we provide that through supporting through payroll and giving them all the information and reporting that they need. So they don't really have to do much of it because we'll have it ready for them, knowing that they've already applied for the PPP program. But there's a lot of programs.
For that to happen, obviously, they need to be a customer, right? A payroll customer in order for that to.
Correct, and the reason for that is because a lot of the paperwork that is needed at the 12 weeks or end of June, I believe, is where you have to report where the money went to. A lot of businesses are busy running their business. They don't have time to figure out exactly where the money went. And that's where payroll usually comes in. They do all the documentation, they do all the reporting. Some payroll companies are helping businesses, but the majority of them are not. And it's falling on the banks, and the banks don't do payroll. They're just assisting with the application process. So it all falls back on the owner, on the business.
At this time, is beyond a PPP application open, just want to clarify, just to the customers, or are they take application from businesses that don't have any services from beyond?
No, if they don't have business services at all with us, they can definitely just apply for the PPP program, and if that's all they want to do, that's fine. They can do that. Again, if they want to switch out their payroll after this is covered and waived, they can do that too. But once they start seeing how we handle payroll and how we support their business with payroll, they might stay with us. It really depends. I mean, like I said, we show value in protecting and helping the business grow and try not to hinder them. And we're partnering up with them for the bigger cause of helping children. So why would we want to hinder that business knowing that they're going to walk away and not help our children? So the reason is help them, and they're helping our cause. Yeah, and like I said, it's all about adapting to the changing times. I mean, people need to have more conversations about ways of what's coming, what's changing, and how to adapt, because that conversation is not being done. It's just, we're talking about shelter in place, all these things about health, but supporting businesses and showing them different ways to, keep their doors open, or a different way to work or help employees stay working is something that I think needs to be focused more on.
No, and I completely agree. I think that one of the things that I'm hearing a lot about in the small business community is about being innovative and creative in new marketing strategies and how we connect with customers in a different way. How do we continue? Because even when shelter-in-place orders are lifted, my understanding is that it won't just be back to business as usual. We will still have to practice social distancing or physical distancing, even with regular businesses opening up again. And so this kind of anything that we can do to present to our members in our community about alternative ways to think through how that will look like for them in the future is something that we find value in. So thank you so much, Jerry, for
You're welcome.
Everything you've provided us.
Yeah. Definitely, thank you. I guess we should have added a disclaimer in the beginning that we, Beyond Eating is not an affiliate of ours, so we're not affiliated with them. We just, they are just basically a member of ours, and we are inviting our members to do this community chat with us.
And I'm glad I'm a member. Like I said, it was hard for me to become a member in the past, but I'm so happy that I'm able to do this now. So.
And I would say I think that's what we're trying to model ourselves as an organization is we have to get creative. We have to find ways to continue to spotlight our members, such as you, even when we can't connect in a physical space, right? So this is an alternative way that we have found that has been successful for us. And any last thoughts as we begin to wrap up, Jerry?
Yeah, I would say if anyone's interested in just doing a one-on-one with me and, giving me some information as to what they're having issues or what their hurdles are, I can probably try and help them as far as finding a solution for that. Maybe consulting them in a way that they've never thought they can do. it really depends on the business. But I mean, the more conversations I have, the more people I connect with, the more resources I can provide. I mean, I've been calling businesses in my local area, seeing what they're doing. Are your doors open? Did you lay off your employees? How many staff members do you have? How many hours have you dropped on your employees? All that information for me is key, because it gives me ability to help them and show them different ways of keeping those people staffed and working and not laying them off. Because once you lay them off, they might not come back. So, you know, employees are very—
For those of you watching the replay and wants to get the notes from this presentation, want to get a copy of the presentation and wants to get the link and wants to get the contact of Jerry, please do reach out to us. You can definitely go to SolanoHCC.com to information.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
right.
Thank you very much for the time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Jerry. We'll continue to find ways to continue to support each other just as much as we support you, you support us. So thank you. And for anyone watching, thank you so much for joining us, and feel free to reach out to us at www.solanohcc.com for any questions for the chamber itself. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye.